Hey, this is Chris, and I am chucking dice. Appreciate you watching my video today. I am going to roll something out that I saw Dice Degen do. Chris over at Dice Degen, you can check out his channel. He had a video where he was talking about what often is known as the marching soldier strategy, but he was calling it marching sisters, and talking about playing the sisters, so the 4 and 10 together, 5 and 9 together, 6 and 8 together. And he was playing it and rolling it out based on something that I think Vince Armenti said to him, that the sisters should travel together. And so he, in his variation of that, what he did is he was starting on the 4 and the 10. And in the 4 and 10, he would then change to the 5 and 9. If it hit, he pressed it up to 5 and 9. If it hit again, he pressed it to the 6 and 8. And ultimately, then it ended with the 6 and 8, which is okay. And he hit it several times and made good money. But I thought, what if you just go ahead and let them travel all the way across the board? So the 4, 5, and 6 are going to end up traveling on across to the 8, 9, and 10. They'll switch in the middle. So when it becomes the 6 and 8, you actually camp out there twice, because the 6 and 8 are going to invert and then continue traveling across the board the rest of the way. And just let them both travel all the way to the 4 and 10. Ultimately, you only need one hit at each station, so you're still only needing six. I think it's 6 hits. But anyway, I thought it was interesting to play it out that way, and I'm going to play it. I'm gonna roll it out. I'm gonna use a $300 bankroll. That's how I'd play it anyway, because I use low buy-ins. But and I'm gonna play at the $15 level. So I'll press it up as it goes, but I'm gonna start with 15 on the 4 and 15 on the 10. And at this point, let's go with the green dice today. I'm going to work on the come out, because I don't like to waste a 4 and 10 on the come out. That kind of annoys me. So I'll risk 30 bucks. It's fine. Let's see how this goes. Dice are out, and we got a 3-1-4. Perfect example of why I don't like to waste that roll. So 4 is going to be our point, and that 4 is going to pay 27. So there's 25, 27. Now what I'm going to do, I need to travel both of them, so I got to split this bankroll between the 5 and the 9. But the first thing I'm going to do is travel. The 5 and 10, or 4 and 10 are going to go inward, because we're moving those sisters along the marching route. So now I've basically got 25 to split between both. And if I've got 3 reds and 2 reds and 2 whites, if I throw in a little bit extra, I can go ahead and make those both look like 15. And then I'm taking both the 5 and the 9 right on up to $30. I'm going to leave those as red chips. I'm not going to worry about it. But those $30 on the 5 and the 9. And there's a 4 right back. All right, so we hit the point. That's not going to do anything for us at this point. But the question is, do we want to work now? Now, I have a hard time working, but I'm going to work. We'll call it. We'll make it official. You can see we're working on. I don't want to miss a chance to hit these, so I'm just going to keep on working and hope for the best. And there's a 6. All right, so the point is on 6, 5 and 1. Hope you can see that on the screen. It's hard sometimes to see, but all right. There's a 6 hard. All right, so we are going to be right back off, but we're going to be working, still looking for a 5 or 9. And there is a 3-2-5. All right, so good. We got a 5. All right, that means the point is going to be a 5, and that $30 is going to get paid 35. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it with 5 red chips for my rack, because I'm going to use, I need to split this evenly. So I've got $30 here. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make these proper just so I can keep that. And we'll go ahead and clean that up. So now what do we got left? We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and an extra nickel. So what these are going to move to the 6 as we're traveling them on up. we got a $30 base, and then we've got to add this here. So we can go up to 18 extra dollars, but I'm going to need to throw in a little for my rack because I need one more buck to make it look correct. So let's get some change. And I think what we can do is we can go straight up here to 48 and straight up here to 48. So I've got a quarter, 4 red chips, 3 white chips. That's going to be a $48 bet on the 6 and the 8. Now I'm looking for a $48 win on the, or a hit on the 6 or the 8. That's going to be a 10, 6 and a 4, easy 10. Let's hit a 6 or 8. The easiest 2 numbers to hit, right? Not always. There's aces. And there's a 9. All right, so we're off that 9 since we kept moving everything in. That's a 5, 4, 9. Come on. There's a 6. All right, we did it. 4, 2. All right, so that's a 4, 2, 6. That 48 is going to win 56. There's 55 and 56. All right, so we've got 56 bucks to spread out between the 5 or between the 6 and 8, because now these technically, because we're marching, the 8 is going to move to the 6 and the 6 is going to move to the 8. So these are just going to whoop, they're going to flip. I don't need to flip them because they're already what they need to be, right? But normally, I mean, if I'm doing it right, this would look like this would look like that. There we go. All right. I said I wasn't going to flip it. I flipped it. All right. So what do I do here? Well, I can add 30 to each by throwing in another nickel, right? If I just do this, then collect the dollar change. Now I'm pressing each of these up by 30 more bucks, right? I could do that. Let's just see. This is, pardon me while I do a little housekeeping. So we're going to go up. There's 50. And then let's take these whites out for just a second. I just want to make sure we get these proper. It should work out right, but I never bet this weird amount. So there's 50, 75, 78, right? So that's going to be, there's another quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 2 quarters, one for each of those. It's going to make this proper. That's going to be 75 and 75. And then 3 makes 8. 78 pays 84. Is that right? Let's just make sure we're good on that. 78 divided by 6 is 13. Yeah, so 13 times, 13 times 7 is 91. Okay, so 78 pays 91. If I just did the math right. Okay, no matter. We've got $78 bets on the 6 and 8. They've already flipped and they're ready to continue their journey. We need another 6 or an 8. And that's going to be a yo 11. See a horn, bet a field. And there's a 5, fever. 415, that is our point. So now puck is off again. What do we do with that 6 and 8? These are questions I struggle with. These are the most likely numbers to roll. We're just playing for fun anyway. Let's work these things, all right? Let's work them. Why not? Ace, deuce, 3. All right, that's not going to do anything. Still working, looking for a point. Let's get a point of 6 or 8. There's 9, 6, 3, neener. That's going to be our point of 9. And we're still looking for a 6 or an 8 to keep this going. There's a 10, easy. 6, 4, easy 10. Oh, die off the table. Went in the corner, actually. I'm going to reach down here and grab this thing. I don't think you can even see this, but it's went right over and into the corner. No roll. All right, ready to go. 6. All right, we got it. All right, so that's a 5, 1, 6. Now, I'm just going to trust that my math earlier was right. There's 75, 85, 90, and, 1 to make 91. All right, so now we're heading back out to the 5 and the 9, and we've got 78. So I'm just going to move these $3 off because I know I'm not going to need $3 on each of those. 75 and 75 are going to move out to the next level. And I've got $75 here. Oops. There's another 5. Put that back in the rack and go this route. So there's 2. So we've got those can split, and we've got an extra quarter here that if we, let's go ahead and get some change and do it this way. All right, there we go. We can run these off and these. I've got an extra 5. Let's just rack the 5 and 7. Let's just pull that back. We're going to bump a quarter, and 20, and 20. So we've got $120 5 and $120 9. All right, there we go. Thanks for your patience while I do the math. There's an 8, 6, 2, easy 8. 5 or 9, 5 or 9. Yo, 11. Come on, let's make this happen. All right, 5 and 9, 5 and 9. 5, all right, we did it, 4-1. That is a 4-1, easy 5. All right, so I have no clue. Let's get out the old trusty calculator here. What I say, we got 120. What is 120 divided by 5? That's 24 units. Times 7 is 168. I should just keep that handy. 168. Wow, okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 150. 165 and $3 makes 168. All right, well, let's figure this out now. All right, we need to move to the 4 and 10, so we're going to go ahead and move these out. All right, and let's see what we got to work with here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 3 greens for each side, and I've got 3 white chips. I can go ahead and add 2 to this, and I'm going to make that look like another nickel there. And now I've got 2 of each. I have no clue what we've got working here. Let's take these. All right, let's do this. I'm going to take the reds off, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 2 more green chips, 1 for each side, and that makes 8 and 8. That's $200, right? $200 and 5. Let's just put the 10 back in our rack, and we'll make it a nice even 200. Now, you pay $1 VIG for every quarter, so that's going to be a $4 VIG for 100, so that's going to be an $8 VIG. You know what? Here we go. I just put 10 in my rack. $10 to the house for the VIG. They're going to give me a couple dollars and change. We're good with that. Thank you very much. And let's go. We need a 4. Oh, let's make this official. We are buying these bad boys. Right here, we got a bought 4 and a bought 10. All right, here we go. 3, 1, 2, 2, 5. Anyway, whatever. We need a 4 or a 10. Yo, 11. That's close to a 10, right? 6, 5, yo. Come on. 8. Easy 8. That's a 6 and a 2. Easy 8. Let's do this thing. Let's do this. 8. Hard 8. Square pair. 4 and a 4. All right, here we go. Oh, that's a 4 and a 2. We got a 6. Easy. 3, 1. We did it. 3, 1, 4. That's an easy 4. And we just completed it. That is awesome. Okay, so we've got 200 here. 200 is going to win 400. And we're going to pull it all down. We get to pull down both sides. Both worked in tandem. They were sisters working together. And that's 200, 400, plus another 400. That's $800 in addition to what we had in our rack. But other than the fact we used a little bit of that, we basically started with 30 and ended with $800. That was a $15 level. Could do it at higher or lower, table minimum if you want to. But I love this idea. You start with the 4 and 10. You travel in. They smash together in the 6 and 8, and then they invert, and the 8 becomes the 6 becomes the 8, and you just travel the rest of the distance, and you complete it by running all the way out. But you're only needing one of the two to hit in order to make this work. Only one of the two. You don't have to rely on one number to hit only. You've got two chances. You've got twice as many chances. The cool thing about this is that you always have at least an equal number of chances as the 7. Now, I had a good roll here with no 7s. That helped me out. But the 4 and the 10 together have 6 ways to roll, and there's 6 ways to make a 7. The 5 and 9 have 8 ways to roll together, so you're at an advantage there because you only need to hit one or the other. And then the 6 and 8 have 10 combinations to roll, again, against 6 ways to roll a 7. So the 4 and 10, you're even odds, basically, even to roll a 7 versus a 4 or a 10. It's a cool reason to play them both together. Anyway, this worked out well for me today, and I think I'll just stop here while I'm ahead. But that's a nice win for me. I still have, well, let's see, what do I got left here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 200 more, 225, 250, 255, and some whites. So I ended up with 800, 1,000, yeah, over $1,000. Started with a $300 bankroll, and actually only ended up playing with the original 4, I think $15 4, $15 10. I don't think I rolled a 7 at all and lost that. I don't, and now I don't remember, and it's been 20 minutes ago. So anyway, I love this concept. Thank you, Dice Degen, for coming up with the thought, to Vince for mentioning the idea of sisters traveling together. I just took what Chris at Dice Degen did and took it one step further and said, hey, once they hit the 6 and 8, why not just continue on the rest of the way? You're still only needing 6 total hits because you're just traveling both of them together. You're considering them both one unit. Anyway, this is I like this variation. Really cool. Thank you, Chris, for sharing, and Vince for coming up with the idea. And hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time.